Hello there, and welcome to my channel where I read unhinged stories from all over the web, but honestly, more often than not from Reddit. Today, we are doing divorce stories. So let's get started. Our first story today comes from True of My Chest. I want a divorce after 9 months marriage, but people in my surroundings seem to find this odd and immature. I don't know if ages are required or relevant here, but I'm 29. Husband is 29. His colleague is 36. Her husband is 34. My husband and I have been together for 4 years. I love him very much. Even now that I want a divorce, I still love him. I found out about 3 months ago about his colleague when I visited his office and she was there. Apparently, they have been working together for 5 years and they're very good friends, and yet I never heard about her until I saw her. Something didn't feel right at all. Now I was paying more attention to his texting habits, and yes, he does text her almost every evening and a few times a day in weekends or when he's working from home or on vacation. I asked him why I never heard about this good friend of his, and he said we rarely talked about work since I never understood his field. I hate playing games, so I told him it was still odd that I've never heard about someone who he is on daily contact with. He gave me his phone and said that they haven't been on daily contact constantly, but it came in waves when she's having troubles at home. I read their conversations and it's a lot of joking around. Calling each other cute names. Her complaining about her sex life, jokingly. Her asking intimate questions about me. Her asking if I threw a good birthday party to him. His birthday was on June 14th. This text stuck with me because he was texting her at the party and she answered, "You must be bored at your own party or you wouldn't be texting me instead of being with her, me." I told him that I didn't find this back and forth texting appropriate and I considered it flirting. He was taken aback but said he would stop if it bothered me so much. A month later it has started gradually again and I showed him that I wasn't happy about it. This time he came home with her to let her reassure me that nothing is happening between them. She was very ironic and disrespectful. According to me, that's her sense of humor according to him. She was smirking and basically telling me that if I had low self-esteem and felt threatened by their friendship, it wasn't her fault. When she left, I told my husband that I never wanted to see or hear anything from or about her anymore, and that if he would rather have her as a friend than me as a wife, that he should say so. They stopped texting. We had a 3 weeks vacation and we spent it in Santorini. She probably texted 2-3 times a day. He answered her at the end of the day when I was in the shower or something. When I asked him why, he said she had marriage problems. I asked him if he was a marriage counselor on top of his career and he just laughed it off. When we came back home from Santorini, we still had 1 week of vacation left. We went for a dinner and a movie. She probably knew because she was at the same restaurant later. We exchanged hellos and she asked if we wanted to join them. I said yes. She was very pleasant and asked about our vacation, touching my husband in a friendly way. I then asked how it was with them because I've heard from my husband that they were having marriage problems. All 3 froze. Her husband asked what? Who said that, and I answered that it was my husband who told me. My husband tried to explain with some dumb excuses and I said, but you showed me the text she sent every day about her having problems, but that I was sorry if I got the wrong idea. She looked very angrily at my husband. When we got home he told me that I was out of line. I had enough by then. I asked him if they have slept together and he said only once before he even met me. I told him that I wanted a divorce because I'm thinking they're having an affair. At least an emotional one. He denied it and called me silly wanting a divorce over texts with a friend. Now I've been thinking about it for 2 weeks. And I'm adamant about my decision. I want a divorce. We're not fighting, but I asked him to move to the living room and I have refused intimacy and any type of physical connection. I spend more time out of the apartment. Work out and long walks. I spend a lot of time in a library or the movies, alone, and when I come home I've already eaten dinner. I just take a shower and go to bed. I have spoken to my mother about everything I've written here. She thinks I'm making a big fuss about nothing. And my in-laws have heard about me asking for divorce from my husband and they also think I'm making a big fuss. I haven't told anyone else yet because I'm not prepared to hear how immature and rushed my decision is. He has tried to talk about compromise. Stop being her friend, marriage counseling, and even find another job or move to another city, but my guts are telling me something is very, very off and that marriage shouldn't be this hard, especially this early. I don't know what kinds of people would think this is harmless and that you are blowing it out of proportion, OP. This is a pretty big balloon already. I mean, not only did he hide his supposed friendship with this woman, but he ignored your repeated requests to stop communicating with her. Then you find out they had already slept together and now he is gaslighting you. Oh, and let's not forget that they had cute names for each other and joked about sex in private texts. Whether this is a physical affair or not I cannot say, though I tend to think it is. But, at the very least it is an emotional affair. And, your husband doesn't seem to have much regard for your requests or feelings. So, I am not saying divorce him. That is your decision, and only yours. But, I am saying I would divorce him. What do you guys think? Should she divorce him? Have you ever been in a similar situation? And if so, how did you handle it? Did you trust your gut? Our next story comes from relationship advice. I, 26 female, saw my husband, 27 male, in a gay porn and I don't know how to confront him about it. Last night, I was watching porn while my husband was asleep. I've always liked gay porn. I watch gay porn exclusively. I go to Pornhub and start browsing. I'll try to not make this as graphic as it could be, but I clicked on a random video and it was definitely my husband. His face was fully visible, several unique tattoos. It was him. I knew without a shadow of a doubt this took place after we were married because he had the goddamn ring on. I was furious and disgusted. He had unprotected sex with multiple men. All I could think of was STDs. I didn't sleep last night. I called off from work, too. First thing I went to a free clinic to get checked. I haven't been home since. I don't think I can fucking look at him. I'm so fucking angry. What do I do? TLDR saw husband with multiple men in gay porn that definitely took place after we were in a committed relationship. Would it be gauche to ghost my husband at this point? Update. I spoke to him. He said he has a meth problem and that it turns him gay. This has been going on for months. He meets randoms off Grindr. This was not an isolated event. I'm devastated. He said he'd go to rehab. I told him we're way past all of that and that I wanted a divorce. He said he'd do whatever as long as I didn't tell anyone because fuck our marriage, fuck the life we have, who cares about that? It's all about his image. I'm just collateral. Yo, I don't give a fuck. I'll send screen grabs to his boss, to his mom, to everyone. Fuck you, Brandon. So what do you guys think about this one? I am a bit torn because, I can only imagine how devastating this must be. The cheating, the betrayal, a drug addiction, lack of concern for partner's health, opposing sexual preferences. But, I am not sure this is real. It's just too short and too. I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think this story is real? Do you have a similar story you would like to share? Let me know in the comments. If you are enjoying this channel, please comment, like and subscribe. And, don't forget to come back for more crazy stories. And feel free to submit your own stories or suggest other subreddits where I can find even more unhinged content. Catch you next time.